Hey, English learners! Welcome back to the English Unleashed podcast, where learning English meets confidence, mindset, and real talk. I'm Victoria, and yes, I've got my favorite co-host here with me, Mike.
Thanks, Victoria. Hey, everyone. It's always good to be here, connecting with you all again. And I'm excited about today's episode. This one's powerful.
Absolutely, because today we're diving into something that can literally change your life. Self-discipline. That's right. Not motivation, not luck, not talent, but discipline.
Whew, I already feel called out. I've had days where I'm all motivated in the morning, I make plans, I'm ready to conquer the world, and then by afternoon, I'm lying on the couch watching cat videos.
Oh yeah, relatable. Motivation is easy when you feel good, but discipline is what keeps you going when you don't. It's like the glue that holds your goals together when life gets messy.
Exactly. Motivation starts the race, but discipline gets you to the finish line.
So let's start with this. If you've ever said, I can't stay consistent, or I'll start tomorrow, you're not lazy, you're human. Discipline isn't something we're born with, it's something we build.
Right. Nobody just wakes up one day and says, wow, I'm so disciplined. No, discipline is like a muscle. You strengthen it by using it every single day.
Exactly. And that's why today we're going to break it down into small, practical steps. Because if you can take one small step today, you can take a bigger one tomorrow.
You know, when people talk about self-discipline, they imagine this military-style routine. Waking up at 4 a.m., running 10 miles before breakfast.
Yeah, calm down. We don't need to turn into robots to be disciplined.
Exactly. The secret is to start tiny. You don't need huge goals. You just need small, consistent habits that grow over time.
Right. If you're learning English, don't say, I'll study for 2 hours every day. Instead, say, I'll listen to English for 5 minutes. Because 5 minutes is doable. It's small enough that your brain won't fight you on it.
Yes, the smaller the habit, the easier it is to repeat, and repetition builds rhythm.
Exactly. And once you get that rhythm, something magical happens. Discipline becomes automatic.
That's how it worked for me with exercise. At first, I said, just 5 push-ups. Now, months later, I'm doing full workouts, and it doesn't even feel hard anymore.
See? That's the power of starting small. Consistency creates confidence. Here's something that changed my life. Goals don't build discipline. Systems do.
Oh yes, that one took me a while to understand. A goal is where you want to go, but a system is how you get there.
Exactly. You can't just say, I want to speak fluent English. That's the destination. The system is your daily practice, your listening routine, your shadowing exercises.
Right. Without a system, your goal is just a wish. But with a system, even small steps, you'll get there eventually.
I always say, focus less on the result, more on the rhythm. Your brain loves patterns. When you make a system, discipline becomes habitual, not stressful.
That's so true. When you rely only on motivation, you ask yourself, do I feel like it today? But when you have a system, you just do it, feelings or not.
Exactly. Discipline means you don't wait to feel ready, you act, and then the feeling follows.
Okay, I have to say this. Discipline doesn't sound fun. It sounds like doing homework for life.
That's the problem. People think discipline means suffering, but it doesn't have to be.
Right. The trick is to make it enjoyable. For example, if you're studying English, watch shows you actually like. Listen to podcasts that make you laugh or inspire you.
Yes, because your brain sticks to what feels good. When learning feels fun, you don't have to force discipline. It just flows naturally.
Exactly. For me, it's music. I started listening to English songs and trying to understand the lyrics. And without even noticing, I improved.
See? That's how it works. You stay consistent when you enjoy the process.
So, if you want to stay disciplined, pair your habits with things you love. Play your favorite playlist while studying. Grab your favorite drink when practicing English. Make the experience pleasant, not painful.
Yes, that's how you turn discipline into something sustainable because you're not fighting it anymore. You're flowing with it. So, to recap, start small, build systems, and make it fun. That's how you create self-discipline that actually lasts.
Exactly. And if you can apply this to English learning, you'll see how it spills into every part of your life, your goals, your confidence, and your growth.
Totally. Discipline isn't about being perfect. It's about showing up one small step at a time.
Yep. Because when you keep showing up, success has no choice but to follow. All right, Victoria. So we talked about starting small, building systems, and keeping it fun. But I've got a question that I think everyone's wondering. What happens when you just don't feel like it?
The classic, I don't feel like it moment. The mood killer of all goals. It happens to everyone, even to the most disciplined people.
Yeah, like those days when your alarm goes off and your brain says, let's negotiate. Maybe tomorrow.
Exactly. Discipline isn't about feeling like it. It's about doing it anyway. And that's where one of my favorite tricks comes in, the 10-minute rule. The 10-minute rule says this: when you don't feel like doing something, tell yourself, I'll just do it for 10 minutes.
I love that. Because 10 minutes doesn't sound scary. It's short, it's manageable, it's not overwhelming.
Exactly. Once you start, your brain gets into motion, and most of the time, those 10 minutes turn into 30, then 60, and you've already done it.
Yes, it's like tricking your brain into starting. And honestly, the hardest part is always just starting.
Right. Once you take that first small step, momentum carries you forward. And even if you stop after 10 minutes, guess what? You still win because you took action instead of avoiding it.
Totally. And that's how you train your brain, not to wait for motivation, but to trust action.
Here's something most people don't realize. You don't need more time. You need better energy for the time you already have.
Oh, yes. That hits hard. Because sometimes I have an entire free day, but I end up doing absolutely nothing because my energy is flat.
Exactly. It's not that you're lazy, it's that your battery is empty. Think of yourself like a phone. No charge, no performance.
That's true. You can't expect to run full apps on a dead battery.
That's why protecting your energy is part of discipline. Drink water, stretch, take short breaks. Even 2 deep breaths can reset your brain.
Yeah, and sleep, the underrated superhero. When I'm exhausted, I can't even decide what to eat, let alone focus on my goals.
Right? When you're tired, even choosing a pizza topping feels like math. That's why real self-discipline starts with self-care. Rest doesn't waste time. Rest creates time, because a focused hour is worth 10 distracted ones.
Exactly. You can't pour from an empty cup. So recharge first, then create. Speaking of energy, have you heard of the power hour?
Oh, yes, my favorite productivity secret. The power hour is that 1 hour in the day when your energy and focus are at their peak.
Right. For most people, that's morning. For some, it's afternoon or even late at night.
Exactly. The key is to find yours. Notice when your brain feels alive? That's your power window.
Yeah. For me, it's early morning. Coffee, music, and that quiet focus before the world wakes up.
I love that. Mine's mid-morning, right after my first coffee, but before the emails start attacking me.
Emails, the modern enemy of focus.
Yes! So here's the tip. When you find your power hour, protect it like treasure. Turn off notifications, silence distractions, and focus on just one important task.
No multitasking, no scrolling, just pure, deep focus. And that one focused hour can transform your whole day.
This one is big. You can't build discipline if you can't say no.
Oof, that's true. I used to say yes to everything. Hangouts, extra projects, random favors, and then I'd wonder why I never had time for myself.
Exactly. We think saying no is rude, but it's not. It's self-respect.
Yes, every yes to something unimportant is a no to your real goals.
Beautifully said. You can't build your life if you spend it living inside everyone else's plans.
That line right there, gold. I'd love to, but not right now. That simple sentence can save your peace of mind.
Yes, boundaries aren't walls. They're doors you control. Say yes to yourself first, because your time, your energy, your focus, they all matter.
Exactly. You can't pour your best into others if you've got nothing left for yourself.
So true. Protect your time like it's your dream, because it is. So, today we've learned, if you don't feel like it, just start for 10 minutes.
If you're tired, rest before you push.
And if someone asks too much, say no, kindly, but firmly.
Because self-discipline isn't about being harsh. It's about being wise with your time, gentle with your mind, and strong with your focus.
Exactly. And once you start applying these small shifts, you'll see that discipline doesn't limit you, it frees you.
All right, that was powerful. Let's take a short breather, and in the next part, we'll dive deeper into the emotional side of discipline, how to stay kind to yourself even when you slip.
Yes, that one's close to my heart, because real growth isn't about perfection, it's about patience. All right, Mike. We've talked about energy, systems, and protecting your time. But now comes the most important part, the emotional side of discipline.
Yeah, the part most people skip. Because let's be honest, being consistent isn't just about planning or habits. It's also about how we treat ourselves when things don't go right.
Exactly. Everyone talks about how to stay productive, but not enough people talk about how to stay kind to themselves when they fall off track.
So true. You miss one workout, skip a study day, or lose motivation for a week, and suddenly your brain says, "See, you can't stick with anything."
And that's the trap right there. We confuse a small pause with failure. But falling off doesn't mean you failed. It just means you're human. Here's something powerful. The way you talk to yourself shapes how far you'll go. If you constantly speak to yourself like a harsh coach, you'll always play in fear, not growth.
Exactly. If a friend came to you and said, "I messed up, I couldn't keep going," you wouldn't yell at them. You'd probably say, "It's okay. You can try it in."
Yes, but when we talk to ourselves, we say things like, "I'm lazy," or "I'll never be disciplined." That voice destroys momentum before it even begins.
Right. Self-discipline doesn't grow from guilt. It grows from patience and gentle self-respect.
Exactly. So next time you mess up, don't say, "I failed." Say, "I paused, and now I'm continuing." Words matter. They shape your energy, your emotions, your comeback.
Yeah, I've learned that too. When I say "I'm trying" instead of "I failed," it changes my whole mindset. It feels like hope, not pressure.
And that's what real growth feels like. Not perfection, but permission. Permission to be human, to learn, to try again.
You know what else I realized, Victoria? Progress isn't a straight line.
Exactly. It's not a climb that goes up smoothly. It's more like a messy, twisty mountain. You go up, you slide down, you rest, and then you climb again.
Yes, but the problem is we see everyone's highlight reels online. The I woke up at 5 a.m., meditated, ran a marathon, built a business posts, and we think we're behind.
Oh, yes, the perfect morning routine illusion. Meanwhile, the rest of us are just trying not to spill our coffee.
Exactly. But that's okay, because real growth isn't glamorous. It's quiet, slow, and deeply personal.
Yes, progress is not about speed. It's about staying in motion. Even a slow step forward is still progress. You don't fail when you slow down. You only fail when you stop believing in yourself.
Oof, that hits deep. I think everyone listening needs to hear that again. You don't fail when you slow down. You fail when you give up on yourself.
Exactly. Because slow progress is still progress. And every small step counts, even the invisible ones.
Right. Some days are for big wins, and some are just for showing up. Tired, messy, but still showing up.
Yeah, even listening to this podcast today, that's you showing up for your growth.
Exactly. You're feeding your mind, learning, and choosing progress over perfection.
Let's talk about patience, because discipline is patience in action.
Ooh, that's good. Say that again.
Discipline is patience in action. You won't see results overnight, but if you trust the process, they will come.
Yes. Like plants, you can't rush growth. You water, you wait, and one day you see the result.
Exactly. But here's the secret. Even when you don't see the progress, you're still growing underneath. Every day you practice, every time you show up, you're rewiring your brain for success.
So, even if today feels heavy, even if you feel behind, remember you're still moving forward.
Yes, you don't have to do everything today. You just have to do one thing, one small thing that keeps you moving.
Like reading one page, practicing 5 minutes, or taking a single deep breath before starting again.
Exactly. Those small, gentle actions are what build strong, quiet discipline.
So basically, slow down, breathe, and stop bullying yourself into progress.
Yes, discipline without kindness is burnout. But discipline with kindness, that's unstoppable.
So, if today you feel like you've fallen behind, don't give up. You're not starting from zero. You're starting from experience.
Exactly. You've learned, grown, failed, restarted, and all of that makes you stronger.
And remember this, you don't have to be perfect to make progress. You just have to be present.
Yes, because every time you return to your path, that's discipline. And every time you choose patience over pressure, that's growth.
You're doing better than you think. And even if nobody sees your effort, it still counts.
Yes, every quiet victory matters. Every I'll try again tomorrow is a win.
Exactly. Because real success isn't loud, it's consistent, steady, and kind.
And that's what self-discipline truly is. Not punishment, not perfection, but peaceful persistence.
If you're still here, take a deep breath. You've already done something powerful today. You showed up for yourself.
And that's what real discipline looks like. Not rushing, not perfection, just showing up, one step at a time.
So be proud of yourself. Because every time you choose patience, every time you try again, you're building something stronger than habits. You're building character.
Exactly. You don't need to be perfect to grow. You just need to keep moving. Softly, steadily, bravely.
And remember this, your English, your confidence, your discipline, they all grow together. So keep practicing, keep learning, and never forget, you're doing better than you think.
We're proud of you. Thanks for spending your time with us here on English Unleashed podcast. If this episode inspired you, share it with someone who needs it too. We'll be back soon with another conversation. Real talk, real growth, and a whole lot of positivity.
Keep learning. Keep growing. And as always, unleash your English.